To David Glencorse in London. To India now, and Mumbai's traditional Kohli community, who depend on fishing for their livelihoods, fear the decision to build the world's tallest statue just off the coast could threaten their centuries-old existence. Peter Hutchinson reports.
A historic fishing community tucked behind Mumbai's financial district. The Kohlis are the original inhabitants of India's commercial capital and have been fishing here for centuries. But they fear that a plan to build the world's tallest statue in the sea will threaten their way of life.
The breeding ground for fish will be completely destroyed. Our livelihoods are at stake.
The statue of 17th century Hindu warrior Shivaji will cost more than $500 million and stand 190 meters tall, twice the size of America's Statue of Liberty. Due to be completed by 2021, Kohli leaders also argue that visitor ferries to the memorial site just off Mumbai's coast will block their access to the sea.
We have spoken to the government and urged them to change the location.
Shivaji fought the Mughal Muslim Empire and is trumpeted by Hindu nationalist parties. Critics say the construction costs would be better spent on improving people's lives, pointing out that there are already many smaller Shivaji memorials across Mumbai. Supporters insist the money will be recouped and dismiss environmentalists' concerns of harm to marine life.
This memorial will attract many tourists, including foreigners, for years to come.
The government plans to provide new jobs for 400 Kohli families. But that's little consolation for these fisherfolk, who just want their way of life to continue.
You're watching Arise News now. Do join us after this short break when we'll be bringing you up to date with the preparations for this year's Oscars.
Our customers are focused, versatile, superheroes. Our customers are also the most important people in our world. So we listen, partner, and give solutions that make a difference in their world. At First Bank, we will always put you first.
You first. First Bank.
There is a place the whole world is talking about. A place where big things are happening. A place that is providing the unexpected. A place that is optimistic and vibrant.
Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Good evening.
Hello, nice to meet you.
A place where the old traditions live happily alongside the new.
Are you well? Welcome.
This process here is state of the art.
It's just
A place that is achieving the impossible.
that's what we can do.
First time in Africa, sir?
Yes, it is. But it certainly won't be my last.
Welcome to the bank that has empowered the people of Africa to achieve a great many things. Welcome to the bank that believes that even greater opportunities and partnerships lie ahead. Welcome to Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Welcome back to Arise News Now, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Charles Anyangodu. Now, let's talk sports, starting with the Premier League, where more speculation mounts around the future of Manchester United's captain Wayne Rooney. His agent, Paul Stretford, is in China to see if he can negotiate a deal for the forward to leave the club, but it looks unlikely a deal could be reached before the Chinese transfer window closes on 28th February. Rooney has fallen down the pecking order at United under Jose Mourinho. Now, last night's Europa League saw Manchester United cruise into the last 16 with a 1-0 win and 4-0 aggregate victory over Saint-Etienne. That was despite playing the last half hour with 10 men after defender Eric Bailly was sent off. United were comfortable throughout, and boss Jose Mourinho praised his team's record.
No, we are not unbeatable. We are not unbeatable, but the record is really good. It's nice to be for 4 months, and in 4 months to have only one little defeat, and a defeat where we could have that defeat because it was a two legs match. So it's nice. It's a good feeling. We trust in each other, and one day we are going to lose. The important thing is that after that defeat, we go back again to a good run, because the team is playing in a solid way.
Now, in the first leg of Champions League action, Sevilla beat Leicester City 2-1. Pablo Sarabia's header and a close-range finish from Joaquin Correa put the Spaniards 2-0 ahead and firmly in control. But it wasn't all bad news for the Foxes, as Jamie Vardy pulled one back in the 73rd minute, ending his recent goal drought. Manager Claudio Ranieri praised his team for not giving up.
It's a defeat, but look, the first half was very, very tough. We were a little scared. Nobody wanted to receive the ball, show for the ball, and Kasper maintained alive the team, save a penalty, save some good shoot, and slowly getting better. And the second half was much better, and we believe we could do something good. And when we played our football in our good moment, they scored the second goals, but we don't give up, and then we go back and score a goal. It was important for three things: get strength to us, Vardy go back to the goal, reopen the match in the second leg, and that is important. We know they are better than us, a very high quality team, high experienced team, everything is high, okay? But we have a very big heart, a very big effort. We help each other, and I think we deserve this goal.
Well, to entertainment news now, and the red carpet has been rolled out in Los Angeles for the 89th Academy Awards. Our entertainment correspondent, Judita Da Silva, is in LA for us, and even as we speak, she's busying around that red carpet, securing her position as the biggest stars narrow down their choices for what to wear for the annual fashion parade. Judita will be with us throughout the weekend, but before that, our resident analyst, John Fashanu, is here with me in the studio to assess how things are shaping up ahead of Sunday's Oscars. Good to see you, John.
Thank you. Morning, Charles.
And it really is that rollout, isn't it, of the iconic red carpet that actually signals to the world that the big Oscar countdown has begun.
Oh, I dare say it. It is absolutely massive. Charles, this is FA Cup. This is the World Cup.
And of course, that is something you're very familiar with.
Oh, yes, certainly. This is the highest honor, the highest showdown for celebrities, not just in the film industry, but in celebrities worldwide.
Absolutely.
Because everybody's there. And Charles, if you have not been invited to the Oscars, then you're not in a celebrity. You're not one.
Good God, that worries me.
Yes, certainly.
I don't recall seeing an invitation.
No, Charles.
With the name Charles Onyegoro
You've
on
been
it.
there, you've seen it, you've done it. But what I will say, Charles, is, having gone to a few Oscars, the film festivals in Cannes, etc., your real worry is not whether you're going to be awarded, it's what you're wearing.
Absolutely. That's a very good point, because, of course, the biggest stars are now narrowing down their choices for what to wear at that red sort of carpet fashion parade. There'll be the usual risks, the usual hits, the usual misses.
Oh, yes. Anything that gets the attention, something which is a little bit subtle, not too much in your face, but looks beautiful from afar. The women will want to wear something which is obviously a little bit revealing, because it gets a lot of attention. A lot of the guys will want to wear something which is beautiful, dapper, etc., and this is when the stylist is really needed.
I think on that score, the women usually beat out the men.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, they can wear some daring clothes, as we've seen.
Absolutely.
The bigger the name.
But of course, this year's Oscars, again, as with previous ones, hints of sort of political overtones there, because of course after the previous ones, the Oscar So White controversy, much more diversity this year in the selection of nominees.
Yeah, and I think that's because black people in general across the world, we've been advocating for more nominations. It's not just in the Oscars, it's worldwide, even in the football industry. We were finding that black people were not being nominated, and it can be a little bit disheartening.
Yeah, I mean, I do have to sort of put a little, comma there, as it were, because I mean, for me, it really is about people earning their sort of performance. And I suppose the argument was that these people had performed by any standards to the highest levels, but they simply were not being recognized.
They weren't relevant. They weren't being recognized. I mean, in the movies which are just out with Hidden Figures, obviously, which we've spoken about ourselves, and Fences, which are dominated by blacks, it's nice to see them up there.
No, absolutely. I mean, I've seen Hidden Figures, I've seen Fences, I've also seen La La Land, and to be honest with you, all three films, I mean, different themes, of course, but I mean, superb productions. I mean, La La Land is that exuberant homage to Tinseltown. And it really is a remarkably well-produced film. But, I mean, the tear-jerker really is Hidden Figures, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And Hidden Figures, it grossed $160 million US dollars worldwide, which is absolutely incredible, Charles. So we ask ourselves, is it now suddenly blacks of African descent are making better films, or is it we just weren't recognized before?
And just a factoid there, since 1929, there have only been 4 African-American winners of Best Actor and only 1 winner as Best Actress, and certainly for the women, that's not about to change this year.
It's not going to change. I think they're shocking figures. I mean, I watched Fences, and I saw the wonderful performance from our star Denzel Washington. Absolutely stands out alone.
John, thank you very much.
Thank you, Charles.
John Fashanu. That's it for this edition of Arise News Now. Do stay with us. Plenty more still ahead on the channel. Bye-bye. Yeah, great stuff.
Got plenty of that.